So here I am on the upper lot. This is actually the one you were asking about this morning. And this it's funny enough, it just sits just 25 feet higher than number 7. But it does have more of the southern view. It sits kind of a little higher up feel to it. There's actually a little boat scooting by there. They're doing the whales and dolphins course. This is all, you can see them down there scooting. This is all part of the Marina Ballena National Park. They have a very similar view. I think number 7 leans towards having more of a sunset view because it sits a little further south. It has more of an angle kind of to the north. This one, most of the sunsets are going to be here behind the trees, so it'll probably only get sunsets for a few months of the year. But this one has a more dominant southern view, kind of more of a coastal view. It does have a little bit larger of a building site. Let me get around Michael here. And you can see it has a little more length to the building site. I think where I'm standing is probably the more solid ground. The only fill dirt at all would be the front edge, because it was a kind of a long ridge that naturally ran through here the whole way. And you can see this was, let me try to step back so I can kind of explain it a little better. You can see this hill was exactly the shape of it. So you're just scraping the top off the fill. Again, the drainage on this is very good. Everything's going back. Get the drainage in the back of the lot, catches it out the road. Electric and water services are from the community. It's actually a community spring source, catches the water. And this particular lot also has a small little site down below. So we're thinking small little guest villa, 1 bedroom, 1 bath, kind of private. Probably have the main villa right here, where we know it's just solid as a rock, and then probably out here would be pool, garden area, so on and so forth. This one is 20,000 more. This one's 249. The lower one's 229. This one does have a bit more view back to the Valley of the Congos. It sits a little bit more flush with the road. As you can see, a car just drove by. So we would definitely want to put in a fence, a privacy fence. And then as the road kind of goes downhill, everything around the pool and the yard area sits up real high off the road, so not worried about it there. And again, this lot, being 1 hectare, owns all the way down the hill. So it owns everything in front of it. So any branch or tree that would come up, you always have the right to trim it back. But yeah, this is Front Ridge, first row here, Ballena. You can see now Osa Peninsula. See if I can zoom in on that a little bit. But this one's maybe we would go with main house, guest house, pool combo, and maybe have it a little higher at the 895. A couple more boats cruising. And off the coast, Canyon Island, Three Sisters. So I guess it just comes down to personal opinion at that point. Is the southern coastal view. Just feel the breeze just cranking right through here. Feels so good. The biggest thing here is a lot of outdoor covered area, a lot of shaded area because it gets the breeze all day long. But it is in the sun. We would have solar on this, do grid tie and off the grid. I was just reading about the new Tesla batteries that are for the garage. I'm probably just going to go ahead and do that with my house. They're $5,000 for the battery pack. That'll run the house up an additional 5 hours past the sunset. So as soon as the sun rises in the morning, right over the Valley of the Congos here, you're on solar panels all day long. Your pool's separate grid on solar. And then when the sun does set and goes behind the trees, your battery pack with a $5,000 upgrade looks just like a breaker box in your garage. Will run the house for an additional 5 hours. And normally around that 10 p.m., 10:30 p.m. mark, that's kind of when people are going to bed anyway. So the only time it'll ever run on the grid would be after 10 p.m. So it just brings the batteries down to nothing. I'm also looking at these new Panasonic thermal censored air conditioners that they've got. I just was running the numbers at the office, so as soon as it does not feel any people in the room, it shuts the air conditioners off automatically within 15 minutes. And they were showing how much money it'll save. It comes out to about a 43% savings. So they are a little bit more expensive, but it pays the difference within the first year, and then it actually pays the unit back within 3 years. So those types of inventions now are starting to make a whole lot of sense, as the electricity is our highest expense on a rental. Those things are starting to make all the sense in the world. And then as we build these, we go all LED lighting, and we just do everything we can to be off the grid as much as we can. But this is a real special area. This is the Congo's out your back door, and nothing but ocean view out the front door, and virgin jungle. This is what Costa Rica is all about. It's beautiful.